The Moby Wrap is something that I'm learning to use as we have a little newborn in our family right now. Joshua is 7 weeks old, and I've just recently been introduced to the Moby. What I can tell you is that this little piece of material, this long piece of material, has actually helped me tremendously in the first 7 weeks of this baby's life. I'd like to demonstrate how to use it though, because if you've ever seen it, it's literally 10 yards of jersey knit material. That's all it is. There's no buttons, snaps, rings, nothing. It's a fabulous tool, but it's a little bit hard to understand how to put it on. It does come with an instruction booklet if you get the Moby brand. The only problem is if you're anything like me, demonstration speaks much louder than words and pictures. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you today and hopefully enable you to use a Moby Wrap to better utilize your resources. Okay, so to put the Moby Wrap on, the first thing you're going to do is to find the center of this long length of material. The way you do that with the Moby brand is they've provided you squared up in the middle this little tag that says Moby, and that's going to be your center point. So from a pile on the floor, which is usually where mine is, you pick it up and find that center. First you lay that part on your belly, and since we're a newborn, we wear ours high and tight, so I'm going to start mine pretty high. If you have a bigger baby, you would start it a little bit lower, but you're going to start the material straight on your belly right there. Then you're just going to wrap the ends of that material around the back and bring it back up over your shoulder. It takes a little finagling, but really it doesn't take too long before it's easy. Alright, so now you've got it over both shoulders, and on the back, it's just across there. Okay? Then you take this side that is going to bear the weight of the baby, which for us we prefer the left side. You just tuck that in that front little flap. Do the same with the other side. And then I like to kind of snug everything up because we are smaller. We like to kind of sit high and snug. So we kind of take a second and kind of smooth everything out. Alright, make sure you still know where your little tag is because that's going to help you here in a second. Alright, and now then you've got these little tails that are still touching the floor. So what I do is I just kind of fold it back and I start winding it around me. Now this part is actually your back support of the sling, and so that is, I like to wear it really tight right across the low part of my back. So you can see where it rests right there. And I just tie it in a nice little snug little knot there. Alright, and you're ready for the baby. Now Joshua and I are only qualified to show you the hug hold because that's all we've learned so far. So that's the one I'm going to show you, but you can use a lot of different holds using the same configuration. So let me get the baby and we'll get started. Alright, this is Joshua. He's 8 weeks old yesterday. He's going to show us how to use this thing. Alright, now this hold, the babies sit with their little knees up to their bottom like this. So I like to flop him over my shoulder and get his feet where they belong first. That way I'm comfortable with where they are. And I'm going to use the fold that's closest to my body. You see it creates like a little pocket. So I'm going to open up that material there. Creates a little pocket. And all I'm going to do is just slip him right inside like that. I'm slipping him in the fold that's closest to my body. Going to tuck that around him there. Then I'm going to take the other shoulder strap here. Tuck it up under his little bottom and feet. Like so. And the last little bit is I'm going to pull the material that's got the tag on it right here. Oops, I got it confused. Here. I'm going to pull it up and over his bottom. And I also like to pull it around my side too. And what that does is give me a great sling, baby sitting nice and comfortably, but it also really supports my back. My last thing that I like to do is come back here and just snug this up underneath his bottom. That keeps him sitting really good. So that's how to use a Moby Wrap. We hope you learned something today that will help you use your resources better. Thank you, and join us at peacefullylessstressed.com.